Gombe State Deputy Governor Dr. Manasa Daniel Jata applauded Excellence at Justice Ministry rewards dedicated officers. Gombe State Office of Nigerian for Women Project through Ministry of Women Affairs build project team capacity to transform women's lives. Clerics in Gombe urge Muslims to uphold true teachings of Islam and take responsibility at home. Hello viewers, good evening and welcome to 25 News. My name is Augusta Daniel and now the news in full. The Gombe State Ministry of Justice recently honored outstanding state counsels and staff for integrity, dedication and exemplary service. Speaking at the ceremony, Deputy Governor Dr. Manasa Daniel Jata praised the ministry for recognizing officers who uphold transparency and professionalism. Representing Governor Muhammadu Inuwa Yahaya, he urged awardees to remain role models for their colleagues. Attorney General and Commissioner for Justice Barrister Zubairu Muhammad Umar described the event as a celebration of diligence and ethical conduct within the sector. The Director of Civil Litigation, Barrister Musa Saidu, explained that awards were given across categories, including integrity, performance, punctuality, and administration. Also speaking, the Chairman of the Law Officers Association of Nigeria at the Ministry of Justice, Barrister Haruna Eyelma, commended the Ministry's leadership for celebrating excellence and congratulated the award recipients for their outstanding service. Barrister Sadia Adamu, speaking for the awardees, thanked the ministry and pledged continual commitment. Among those honored include Barrister Al-Hassan Muazu, who was named overall Best Counselor for 2025. The Gombe State Ministry for Women Affairs and Social Development, in collaboration with the Nigerian for Women Scale Up project, has commenced a 3-day orientation workshop for members of the State Project Coordinating Unit SPCU and Local Project Implementation Unit LPIULs. The workshop, which is holding at the project office behind OG Housing Quarters Gombe, is aimed at equipping SPCU and LPIU personnel with requisite knowledge and skill to ensure effective implementation of a women empowerment program across the state. Our correspondent Abigail Kolo completes the report.
Declaring the workshop open, the Commissioner for Women Affairs and Social Development, Honorable Asma'u Muhammad Iganus, charged the participants to be diligent, committed and proactive in the discharge of their duties for the overall development of Gombe State. She also commended Governor Muhammadu Inuwa Yahaya for his commitment and resilience in ensuring that Gombe State emerged as one of the beneficiary states of the Nigeria for Women Scale Up project.
For them to be selected among many that have applied, I believe they are up to the task. They have wealth of experience. Most of them are drawn from various ministries. We have line ministries like Agri, Trade, Finance, budget, other ministries based on areas of their profession. So that's why we need to train them also for them to know what it takes to do the project of Nigeria for Women.
In her remarks, the acting permanent secretary of the ministry, Hajia Fatima Umar Abubakar, described the roles of the SPCUs and LPIUs as critical to the sustainability of the project in the state, expressing confidence that the orientation will strengthen collaboration and coordination among the implementation team. The state project coordinator, Hajia Hawa Adamusaraki, urged the SPCUs and the LPIUs to see their engagement as an opportunity to contribute meaningfully to the socio-economic development of women in the state through dedication to service. She noted that women empowerment remains a major challenge, particularly in the northern Nigeria, and commended the World Bank and the federal government for initiating the Nigeria for Women project, adding that Governor Inuwa Yahaya's determination for women empowerment attracted the project to Gombe State. Hajia Hawa Saraki also explained that The project is designed to expand economic opportunities for poor and unbanked women, adding that the 5-year project also seeks to institutionalize women's affinity groups, WACs, community-based savings, and support groups aimed at building social capital, promoting collective actions, and linking women to formal financial systems and markets.
We are going to orient the newly recruited staff and put them onto the project so that they can be aware of the project, the objectives, and to understand the environment of the project and what is Nigerian for women entirely about and how they can work together to have team bonding so that we can have effective implementation of the project. These are 3 local governments that were selected. We are expecting to have at least 1,200 groups from each local government. That's in Gombe State, we are targeting 3,600 groups before the end of this first session of the project, which is around 100,000 women are expected to join and to benefit from this program.
She further stated that the LPIUs were drawn from Yamal to Deba, Funakaye and Balanga local government areas selected as focal LGAs based on their population and the presence of dams and rivers that provide significant agrarian and other business opportunities. In a goodwill message, the representative of the head of civil service, Alhaji Jibrin Yusuf, a senior administration officer, reminded the participants as public servants to adhere to civil service rules, to uphold teamwork, and remain dedicated to their assigned responsibilities. Some participants interviewed appreciated the opportunity to contribute their quota to the development of the state in their various fields of responsibilities, promising to be diligent. Abigail Kolo, reporting for GMC News.
Thank you, Abigail Kolo. The Federal University Kashere Gombe State has held a public lecture highlighting the personality, leadership and achievement of its Vice-Chancellor, Professor Umaru Pate. The lecture, titled Footsteps and Footprint of an Intellectual and University Leader, personified Professor Umaru Pate, was delivered by the former Executive Secretary of the Tertiary Education Trust Fund, third from Professor Suleiman alias Bogoro. Our correspondent Shaibu Umar completes the report.
Professor Suleiman Bogoro described Professor Umaru Pate as an accomplished international scholar whose visionary leadership has brought significant transformation to the university. He commended the Vice-Chancellor's virtues, scholarly network, and commitment to institutional development, noting that the university community will remain deeply grateful for his impact. He also challenged Nigerian professors to prepare for leadership responsibilities beyond the classroom, stressing that academics represent pinnacle of knowledge and excellence and must therefore demonstrate integrity, maturity, and sound character. Professor Bogoro further described universities as a blend of teaching, research, and community service, requiring leaders with foresight and unwavering commitment to academic values.
We need to remind ourselves what universities represent. In the convocation lecture of UNIMI, I rounded up reminding UNIMI that there is so much expectation from UNIMI to anchor its role through knowledge. Knowledge economy is the 21st century economy, don't forget that. And for universities, check it out, over a series of levels of civilization in history. Believe me, essentially they have been defined by scholars resident in universities, research institutes, and centers of excellence.
In his response, Professor Umaru Pate reflected on the difficult condition of the University of Kashere when he assumed office as the Vice-Chancellor, attributing the progress recorded to personal dedication, strategic use of networks, and the support of key stakeholders, including Professor Suleiman Bogoro. Professor Pate highlighted the effort of establishing partnerships with universities across the world, aimed at strengthening international collaboration and ensuring long-term benefit for the Federal University Kashere.
This is why we are promoting professors who deserve to be promoted. and we are attracting others from outside and building international networks so that we could remain relevant in the knowledge age economy. The world is changing. The language is that of transformation, innovation, digitization, and knowledge. If you do not have this, you are out of the system.
The lecture, which was attended by academics, students, and community leaders, underscored the importance of strong intellectual leadership in advancing Nigerian universities despite prevailing challenges. Shoaib Umar, GMC News.
Thank you, Shoaib Umar. The chairman of Funakaye local government area, Alhaji Shoaib Abdurrahman Adam, has directed the education secretary of the council to demand explanation from teachers for an absence from their duty post. The directive was contained in a statement signed by the information officer of the local government, Yahaya Haruna, following an unscheduled visit by the chairman to some schools in the area after the resumption of schools for the second term of the academic section. According to the statement, the chairman expressed displeasure over the absence of some teachers despite school having resumed almost a week earlier. Alhaji Shoaib Abdurrahman Adam called on parents to ensure their children attend school regularly and urged publics or pupils to remain attentive and committed to their studies in order to excel academically. The chairman also assured that the local government will promptly address complaints raised by head teachers of the school visited so far. Reacting to the development, the Education Secretary of Funakaye local government area, Malam Bala Adamu Bajoga, assured that he will implement the chairman's directive without delay, warning that the council will not condone laxity among the teachers. Malam Bajoga further commended the chairman for the initiative, noting that it will enhance teachers' commitment and contribute to improving the standard of education in the local government area. A community leader in the Kalafari, Alhaji Garba Abdul Karim, has praised the developmental stride of Governor Muhammadu Inuwa Yahaya. Speaking in an interview with our correspondent in Gombe, Alhaji Garba described the governor as a leader worthy of emulation, commending him for executing meaningful projects with direct impact to the lives of the people. He assured of his continuous support for the governor's administration whenever the need arises. The Waja community of Balanga local government area has appreciated Admiral Jidere Nukubala, the Muradan Waja, for furnishing the recently constructed palaces of the district health in Waja Chiefdom. The construction was carried out by the Gombe State Governor under Gombe State Government under Governor Muhammadu Inuwa Yahaya. Receiving the team, Admiral Jidere Bala had praised the governor for the initiative, describing it as a clear demonstration of the administration's commitment to strengthen traditional institutions. He explained that his personal contribution in furnishing the policies was meant to complement the government's effort and urged the community to continue supporting developmental programs through unity and cooperation. The Waja community members thanked the Muradun Waja for his gesture.
To duk wannan ayyukan muna godiya ga mai girma shi gwamna Alhaji Inuwa Yahaya saboda wannan ci gaba da ya kara mana, kuma muna mishi godiya saboda wannan ayyukan da yake yi, kuma mu mutanen Balanga muna bin bayansa 100%.
The Waja community members thanked the Muradun Waja for his gesture and reaffirmed their support to initiatives that promote peace and progress in the area.
Mai girma gwamna shi ya zo ya sauka wannan fadar, yadda kasancewar yadda fadar take kamar soro ne hakan nan, gini ne na laka. Ya ce in Allah ya yarda kafin ya sauka gwamnati insha Allah sai ya gina fadar nan.
Muradun Waja da ya ji wannan kuka ya ce an gaba, da ya nemi kwamiti waza ya ce masa kai gobe ku dawo ku tafi kujeru. Zaman da ake yanzu an ji an shimfiɗa kujeru a ciki tsadaddi masu kyau na zamani.
Mu yi masa godiya musamman abin da alkhairi, kuma muna so ya mika mana sako da mai girma gwamnatin jihar Gombe a yadda yake tawa al'umma alkhairai ba dare ba rana.
Muna fata wa gwamna Alhaji Inuwa Yahaya, ni da na koma APC na koma dalilin Inuwa Yahaya, ni na ba Alhaji Inuwa Yahaya ƙwaryan goro a kan ba da gadiran da aka ba ciyamomi tutoshi.
The Gombe State Sharia Court of Appeal is set to commence its Dukku and Gombe Appeal sections. A statement signed by Deputy Chief Registrar Process and Litigation Abubakar Aliu ESQ indicates that the appeal section will commence on Monday the 12th of January 2026 at the Sharia Court of Appeal Complex Tudunwada, Gombe by 9 a.m. According to the statement, the Dukku Appeal section will be presided over by Grand Qadi Justice Abdullahi Mekano Usman, to be supported by Qadi Muhammad Inwa Gombe and Qadi Ahmad Baba Bala. The statement also added that the Gombe section is to be presided over by Qadi Adamu Usman, to be supported by Qadi Hassan Bello Abayo and Qadi Adamu Kuna Jibrin respectively. It was a gathering filled with excitement and renewed commitment. Members of the federal government call it FGC Azure, Old Student Union, Gombe State Chapter, reunited after several years. The occasion served as a platform for alumni to reflect on shared memories and discuss strategic ways to give back to the alma mater. Speaking at the event, the president of the union, Alhaji Segir A.A. Haruna, class of 1996, emphasized that the reunion transcended a simple social gathering. He noted that the primary goal is to strengthen existing bonds and ensure the alumni contribute meaningfully to the ongoing development of FGC Azure. Also speaking, the newsman, Mr. Muhammad Indus, class of 1986, a serving permanent secretary in the Ministry of Local Government and Community Development, highlighted the broader vision of the union. He remarked that the regarding aim to revive the original essence of the Unity School.
Absolutely. You can see the caliber of people that are here from the introduction.
And harmony across their respective communities.
Not only those diversification of gender and the females that are here, those diversification of which abuse in our environments and our community. So it's beautiful. Absolutely, because this is the first one, and as you heard them say, we will be the emir of Gombe, who is a patron and a graduate from FGC Azare. So we will be organizing more elaborate reunion so that the message of peace and unity will reach.
The organizers expressed gratitude to all members and further revealed that plans are already underway to expand the union's outreach and increase the membership participation ahead of the next scheduled reunion. The Imam of Wuro Briji Central Mosque along the southern bypass in Gombe State, Malang Saleh Ismail, has called on Muslims to intensify righteousness deed that lead to paradise. Delivering his Friday sermon, the Imam reminded the worshippers that Islam promotes compassion, truthfulness, charity, patience, and support for less privileged. He urged parents to install strong moral values in their children, advised youth to shun immoral and harmful behaviors, and encourage community members to uphold unity and peaceful coexistence. Malan Saleh Ismail further stressed that consistency in prayers and good character remain fundamental pillars for a meaningful and successful life. He concluded by calling on Muslims to live as good ambassadors of Islam through their conduct and interaction with one another. Similarly, the Muslim had been urged to always give thanks to Almighty Allah for His countless blessings irrespective of their circumstances. The call was made by the state chairman of the Izala Council of Ulama, Sheikh Hamza Adamu Abdul Hamid, during pre-sermon section at the Izala number 1 Jum'at Mosque near the Gombe railway station. Sheikh Hamza Adamu reminded worshippers that Allah alone has the power to give and take at all times, stressing that believers should seek their needs from Allah rather than relying on their fellow humans. He cautioned against un-Islamic practices such as consulting sorcerers, particularly in the quest of power.
kyautata al'amarinka shi yasa bai bar mu haka ba yayi mana dokoki.
The cleric further charged Muslims to wake up from what he described as spiritual slumber, uphold the true teachings of Islam, remain trustworthy in their dealings, and avoid being among the losers on the day after judgment. Muslims had been urged to uphold good conduct and adhere strictly to the teachings of Islam. The presiding Imam of Izala number 11 Jum'at Mosque, located near the Babangida Nation Tumfre, Ustaz Muhammad Ibrahim Abdul Qadir, gave the charge during his Jum'at sermon. Ustaz Abdul Qadir advised Muslims to constantly seek Allah's forgiveness and intervention in all the aspects of their lives. He cautioned against engaging in acts of worshipping without proper knowledge, stressing that regardless of good intentions, any act of worship carried out in ignorance will not be accepted by Allah. Ustaz Abdul Qadir emphasized the need for Muslims to have a sound understanding of Allah and Islam, teachings from engaging in acts of worship. Earlier, during the pre-sermon exhortation, Malam Adamu Muhammad said Allah is the creator of everything in the world, and thereafter, adding that He is pleased with those who shun sinful acts and strictly obey His commandment. The need for Muslims to shun all acts capable of attracting the punishment of Almighty Allah has been again emphasized. The Deputy Chief Imam of ADP Quarters Friday Mosque, Gombe Alaramma Rabiu Abubakar, made the call while delivering his Jum'at sermon. The Imam, who cited several examples of the divine punishment meted out to those who engage in evil deeds, noted that wrongdoing leads to disappointment, lack of God consciousness, poverty, and setback in life. He urged worshippers to remain steadfast in prayers and continually seek Allah's intervention in their personal and collective needs. Earlier, in a pre-section exhortation, Malam Abu Bakr Al-Qani advised Muslims to appreciate Almighty Allah for His mercy and countless blessings upon their lives. He also encouraged the faithful to remain committed to the worship of Allah, stressing that sincere devotion attracts divine favor and abundant blessings from Almighty Allah. The chairman of the Radio, Television, Theatre Act Workers Union, Ratao Gombe State Chapter, Comrade Abdul Mumini Abubakar, has led members of the union's executive on a condolence visit to the Nigerian Television Authority (NTA) Gombe over the death of 7 staff in a fatal road accident along the Indiri Gombe Road. Comrade Abdul Mumini described the incident as a great loss not only to NTA but also to the entire media industry and people of Gombe State, noting that the deceased made valuable contributions to the organizations in their various capacities. He commended the management of NTA and the state government for ensuring the evacuation of the corpses and providing medical care for the injured, while also urging NTA management to consider the families of the deceased. Responding, the General Manager of NTA Gombe, Alhaji Abubakar Adamu, appreciated Rotao for the show of solidarity, describing the loss as devastating to the organization. The Rotao delegation also visited the Federal Teaching Hospital Gombe to sympathize with injured staff and presented tokens for their support. The Gombe State Chapter of the Nigerian Society of Engineers (NSE) has condoled with Gombe State Council of the Union of Journalists (NUJ) over the death of 7 of its members in a fatal accident along the Gombe-Yola Road. In a condolence letter addressed to the chairman of the NUJ Gombe State Council, Comrade Farouk Maaz Gombe, the NSE expressed deep sympathy to the leadership and members of the union, as well as journalists across the state and the country as a whole. The letter, signed by the state chairman of the society, Engineer Muhammad Saidu, described the incident as a painful loss, noting that the deceased journalist died at a time when their professionalism is needed. The society prayed for Almighty Allah to forgive their shortcomings and grant their families, colleagues, and NUJ the fortitude to bear the irreparable loss. Viewers, to end the news, a recap of the top stories that made the headlines. We reported too that Gombe State Minister of Justice recently honored outstanding State Council and staff for integrity, dedication, and exemplary service. Speaking at the ceremony, the Deputy Governor, Dr. Manasa Daniel Jato, praised the ministry for recognizing officers who uphold transparency and professionalism. We also reported to the Gombe State Ministry of Women Affairs and Social Development, in collaboration with the Nigerian for Women Scale Up project, has commenced a 3-day orientation workshop for members of the State Project Coordinating Unit (SPCU) and Local Project Implementation Unit (LPIUs). Declaring the workshop open, the Commissioner for Women Affairs and Social Development, Honorable Asma'u Muhammad Iganus, charged the participants to be diligent, committed, and proactive in the discharge of their responsibilities for the overall development of Gombe State. And finally, we reported to you that clerics in Gombe State have called on Muslims to uphold the true teachings of Islam and take responsibility at home. The appeal was made during their respective Friday sermon, emphasizing moral conduct, family duties, and adherence to Islamic principles. Viewers, that has been the news. Thank you for watching.